Who is Oasis Wealth?
Well, we're a family business. We've been here for over 32 years now. When I started this in 1988, we're independent brokers, so we have up to 25 different companies that we broker for, and we provide, because we're independent, we provide unbiased advice. And of course, because of that breadth of product and companies that we deal with, we are product agnostic. Whatever the best fit is for you, that's what we will do.
And as a company, we incorporated in 2018 under the name Oasis Wealth. So why do we do what we do? Why do you do this?
Well, because the financial advice channel is broken, and we get the biggest thrill out of when the aha moments, the clients, the light goes on that they now understand what they're actually doing after many, many years of getting the industry jargon. They now can say, hey, this is a great place to be at. And because most of the time as well, advisors and banks and any other financial institutions, they're always talking about accumulation, accumulation, accumulation. They never talk about, well, when are you going to use this money and how are you going to use this money?
Absolutely. I know as a personal side, I think for me, I have a real passion to make sure that people protect what they can, simply because I've got a lot of things in my world that I can't protect. So, getting that underway, but also making sure that money and, cash flow and debt and just how we're planning does not cause stress on the family and doesn't cause stress on the marriage. If anything, we say half of our job a lot of times is listening and marriage counseling, in a good way, because there's not a lot of time in a family situation to sit down and talk about money. So I know that's part of why we do what we do. We really want to see these families around us thrive, not just survive.
And it also ignores the maximum financial potential that families could have if they have the proper plans in place.
Absolutely.
So number three is what is a person's maximum financial potential?
Okay, so this kind of comes into a lot of our planning philosophies here. Your maximum financial potential is essentially a series of 1 year plans to get you in the best position for the best possible outcome. Of course, our plans have to have some kind of hypothetical simulation for multiple years, but our premise is that year over year, the best we can do is take the resources that we have at our disposal and disperse them in the best way possible for the best possible outcome, given what we know about what truly happens in the world and how money really works. It's not that it ignores a goal, but it says that what if we reach that goal and we still can go further? That's what maximum potential means.
The next question is always a big one. How do we get paid? Like, I mean, do you charge a fee? Do you do fee based? Do you do financial planning fee? Well, we do everything with, we try to do almost everything with no out of pocket cost, and we get paid a commission just like a mortgage broker would for finding you a mortgage. Pure and simple.
Now, the next question is, what products do we offer? Really, we offer kind of whatever you wish, whatever fits into your best maximum financial potential. As brokers for insurance and investments, we have access to many, many different companies, many different types of investing, from simple ETFs, high interest savings, all the way to completely separate managed portfolios with your own portfolio manager. So it really depends on what you wish. As insurance brokers, we have access to all tons of different disability and life insurance, health insurance solutions. And essentially, we also have strategic alliances. So that means if there's something that in your world that affects your wealth potential that we can't put into play, we've set ourselves up to have those strategic alliances, like mortgages, like home and auto insurance, so that makes sure that everything you do with your finances is cohesive and on the same page.
Because it's not the product that determines if you're a success. It's the strategy. So every products are only a means to an end within the strategy. What qualifications or accreditations we have? Well, I've been a CFP now since 2001, and that put me on a road to a different path compared to just a licensed product person. So.
And this is your 30th year.
30th year. Oh,
32nd
32nd year.
32nd in the
year.
business. So
Yes.
life experience as well. This is my 8th year that I have been here. I studied finance in university. I've got a Bachelor of Science in Finance. And we're both insurance broker licensed and are able to do investments. And we've been through some cash flow, lifestyle training throughout our years as well. So a bunch of different things.
And on top of that, we also use an econometric model that simulates everything that we do. So it doesn't tell you what product to buy, but it tells you if it's going to be the correct one or not in your whole plan.
So what's our investment philosophy?
Well, we're conservative by nature because we figured out that if you're too aggressive, it doesn't tend to bode well for the long term, even though the typical advice out there is say buy stocks and dividends and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't have anything else in place, then you are always playing on that rate of return aspect. Whereas if we have multiple streams of wealth building at the same time, we can have a little bit of that, but we don't necessarily have to be risky at it. As a matter of fact, when you work with us, we either keep your risk the same or even lower it in the overall plan.
Yeah. It's to say a lot of our strategies and our clients are not dependent on a rate of return within just an investment strategy in order for a happy and vibrant retirement. So we live by that premise that having the proper structure and the proper ability to spend your money is just as important as a high rate of return. So sometimes we don't have to shoot the lights out to get to the maximum income for later.
Because that's the ultimate goal is, of course, is to enjoy your money and not worry about the stock market when you're in your retirement. So.
Absolutely. So why should you choose us versus maybe a mainstream bank or just an investment advisor maybe?
Well, because we have the succession part of the business figured out. I'm not going to be here forever, as most you know. But so we have a younger and an older person that we come from different perspectives and different views of different ways of looking at things, and so that makes a really, really good team. And of course, if something does happen to me, Beverly's here to carry on the mantra.
Absolutely. I think that's one value that people miss these days. It's not 20 years ago when you went into the bank and every time you went, it was the exact same person. You're lucky if that is the case. But over your 30 years of saving and then another 30 years of retirement, to have that consistency within a family business is a very big highlight for many people. We are also, like Tony mentioned at the beginning, we're independent. So we can offer an entire range of different companies and different products. So we're not beholden to one in particular.
And we don't hold any monies here at Oasis Wealth. You always make out that check or the e-transfer to the company that you are putting your money in, investing in.
Yeah, exactly. So how long does it take?
Well, you may wonder that, right?
Right?
Is it just a small process or is it multiple meetings? Or?
So here's how it really works. What I like to say is out of about 2,000 hours a year that you're going to work making money at your job, usually we go to about 8 to 10 hours at maximum within that year to make sure you know how to use the money that you're earning to the best maximum potential. So yes, there will be a series of meetings because we also don't like to overwhelm you with too much information, keep it in bite sizes. But the reality is that in order to get the most out of this process, you really need to be committed to that bit of time, 1 working day. Provide the full data. We can't give the full strategy without the full data, and in a timely manner, because anything that's left too long, typically we forget about and then we lose momentum when it comes to that.
So the 8 to 10 hours, sometimes people spend more planning their vacation on that time, or a big screen TV, because they have to get the exact right deal, otherwise they're not satisfied.
Yeah.
So we 8 to 10 hours and 1 day out of your life in a year to put you on a path that you can't get anywhere else, and you're going to sleep better at night, and all that goes with having the proper plan. Who is this process for?
Okay, so reality is that we can help everybody, okay? But there's also a reality that we work best with some specific individuals. So some of the things that matter to us really need to matter to our clients, like family. like legacy, and knowing that the community around us and being able to leave something to either our children or our community in our lives and afterwards is a big part of our world. We also like to think about people that don't kind of go with the crowd. Whether you're an independent thinker or you just however you want to think about it, you're not just going with status quo all the time. And at the end of the day, we really love working with people that want to retire someday and want that to be a glorious retirement with a lot of guarantees and beautiful, wonderful things there that takes the stress off of the saving and the spending later.
Which is what retirement should be about, not about stressing about watching BNN and what's my stock portfolio doing these days? Am I going to be able to have enough return this year? Or all that stuff that goes along that not having an enjoyment. So here's in summary. So this is who we work best with. You have to be serious about your money. You have to be open-minded and you have to be ready to take action. Then we're for you.